What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing my labor and delivery story, and at the end of this video you will see my son. But first, a little quick disclaimer: I'm in the living room because my room doesn't have good lighting because it's really cloudy outside, so you're gonna see them too, so don't mind them. Okay, so we're gonna start. I got notes so I'll remember. So we're gonna start on, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday, October 22nd at 5:35 p.m. So that day I was reading a lot of stuff online because I was 39 weeks at the time. So I was reading a lot of stuff online on like how to induce labor and all this. So I came across castor oil. So I had my mom take me to the store and we bought some castor oil. You know, I drank a teaspoon. It was either a teaspoon or a tablespoon of castor oil with some orange juice, and I went and laid down. And after that, they say castor oil is supposed to make you like get the runs and stuff, but I didn't get the runs. I just had really bad cramps. So yeah, I went to sleep, and then the next day, October 23rd at 4:06 a.m., I started losing my mucus plug, and my cramps were really bad by this time. So I went and told my mom, and she just told me to lay down because she was like, you'll know when you're in labor, yada 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 yada. So yeah. And then I started having contractions that were 30 to 37 seconds apart and 30 to 37 seconds long and 5 to 7 minutes apart. At 10:05 that morning, I had my first really painful contraction. So yeah. Now I don't need my notes. That's all I need. And let me tell you, people be like, you're gonna feel them in your stomach, and your contractions are gonna hurt. Contractions hurt. They hurt. They hurt like hell. But when you have the motherfuckers in your ass, I had contractions in my ass. That shit hurt. I had them in my ass and my butt and my lower back, and that was the worst pain I've ever been in my life. So that morning, because I didn't sleep at all, my eyelash falling off. I didn't sleep at all that night because I couldn't lay down on my back because they were hurting, because they were in my butt, and I couldn't lay on my stomach because I was pregnant, and on my side it just wasn't comfortable. So I stayed up all night in like a dog position because that was the only thing that helped. So that morning at 8:06 a.m. I arrived at the hospital on my due date. And okay, let's go back. Okay, so Friday I was supposed to go to the doctor to figure out when I was gonna get induced because the next day was gonna be my due date. So I didn't go to the doctor because I was in pain. So I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna have him probably tomorrow. So I was like, I'm gonna have him tomorrow because the next day was my due date. So I went to the hospital that morning at 8:06. Why is my autofocus not on? I went to the doctor that morning at 8:06 a.m. and I got checked, and I was 5 centimeters. So if you think about it, I was kind of in labor for like 2 days at home, or a day at home. Like what? So they moved me to a room. Like, yeah, they got my IV all in. They moved me to a room. They got me food because I hadn't ate or anything. So they wanted me to eat before I actually started doing any type of fluids and all that. So yeah. My mom, or nobody was there at the time. It was just me. So I called my mom once I got to the next room to where I was going to have my son. And she came. And by that time, I was done eating, so it was time for me to start fluids and my Pitocin and all that. So I started Pitocin just to speed up my contractions because they said I wasn't dilating fast enough, or wasn't dilating anymore. So I was just at a 5. So the doctors all came in, and they were telling me what to expect, and they were just like, don't be scared. And yeah. So by the time my mom showed up, my contractions were really bad. Like, painful. But I wasn't dilating, so they weren't doing anything. And I decided to get an epidural, which I shouldn't have did because that really fucked me up in the long run. Because now I have back problems. Like my back hurts really bad. So I got the epidural. After I got the epidural, that's when everything started going downhill. Like, it got really scary after that. His heart rate started dropping. I'm about to cry. His heart rate started dropping. My blood pressure was getting really low. So, you know, when that happens, like, a whole bunch of doctors rush in, and like, you just don't know what's going on. They're throwing you from side to side, trying to get the baby's heart rate back up, and all these other things. So yeah, after they were throwing me from side to side and all that stuff, they had to take the monitors off my stomach because they weren't picking up his heart rate from there. So they had to take it off my stomach and insert it into my vagina, into his head. And that was pretty painful too. The whole process was painful. I don't know why I'm trying to front. So yeah. And then once they put that in there, his heart rate was still dropping every once in a while. Like, they even had me like on all fours, like I was doing when I was at home. Like, they had me on all fours in the hospital bed while I had an epidural, so I couldn't like feel anything. I couldn't move if I wanted to. I could have fell, but nobody was in there watching me. So yeah. So I eventually had to get an emergency C-section because his heart rate dropped. And once he came out, he was having problems breathing, so he went straight to the NICU. So I didn't see him for a day. Yeah, I didn't see him till the next day. So I didn't see him till Sunday, and I had him on Saturday. But like, shut up, man. After I had him, like, they showed me his face, but I couldn't remember his face because I was so drugged up off the epidural and all that. So I was like really sad and crying and all that. So the next day I finally got to see him and everything was okay. He's healthy and all that. So yeah, I guess now I'm gonna show him y'all. Show him to y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna clear his face real quick. Okay, so this is my son. Tiki, look down. This is my son, Jamani Kyrie James Taylor. He was born October 27th, 2018, 7 pounds, 8 ounces, 20.1 inches long. And yeah, this is my baby. I guess that's it for this video. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. I was probably all over the place and it wasn't that long because, I mean, there really wasn't much to tell. Like, what happened is what happened, and that's what I told y'all. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And